friends, how's it going today? I hope you're doing well. I have a surprise to show you. Give me a second. I have a new family member. Come on, look at the camera. He is a Boston Terrier. He is 4 months old and weighs about 8 or 9 pounds at the moment. We take him to the vet to get him checked out every few weeks, and his next appointment will be when he gets fixed, so that'll be at 6 months, so we got a couple months till then. Super sweet. Quit licking. Quit licking. That's too much. That's too much licking. But he's so sweet. We love Yang. His name is like a yin yang because he's got more of the yang part on his face, if that makes sense. And he is perfect. He is absolutely a doll, and we love him. Anyways, I have some things I want to talk about. I've got a few videos planned for today, so let's just get into the first one, which is going to be a first impressions of my special one. This is by Momoko Koda, and it is a Shoujo Beat Viz imprint. So let's just talk about my first thoughts and impressions of this manga, because I have only seen maybe 1 or 2 people hauling this. Personally, I don't follow everyone on MangaTube, but the ones that I have seen haul this have not reviewed it or talked about if they liked it or not. And I see it more on Instagram than I do YouTube. So I just wanted to give you guys a little quick runaround of what to expect or what I think of this. And if you are interested in picking it up, you'll learn from this video if it's something you are interested in. So yeah, this is a shoujo manga, of course, because of Shoujo Beat. But first, let's have a look at the cover. You can see we have the bright neon pink title with the 2 cute characters on the front, and on the back we have our little overview, and it is a $9.99 title, so luckily it's one of the cheaper options you have for shoujo. This is a story about a girl who's in high school who has pretty much sworn off any kind of romance or love life or marriage in her life. She had a really bad experience when she was younger with a guy who she really had a big crush on, and she confessed her love to him, and he pretty much embarrassed her to death in front of everyone. She pretty much swears off all guys. She wishes that all these men who are hot lose their hair and become ugly and miserable and die. She is just that bitter towards love and romance and men in general. Of course, we're already guessing how this is going to play out just from that premise, but I really love her resolve. She's really dedicated to this idea of swearing off men, and it's kind of refreshing because I feel like a lot of shoujo romance, at least that I've read, has been very run-of-the-mill and I don't know, if I find it, and then they find the guy and it's perfect, and that's fun to read and everything, but it's not unique really. It's kind of just the same story over and over, just told from different points of views or slightly different characters. This one I feel like is kind of different. So for my manga reviews here, and I think onward, I'm going to try a new system of ranking them. I think this might help with some people who are more score based, and also it'll help me categorize in my mind which ones I liked better than others, instead of just being like, I liked it or I didn't like it, and that be kind of it. Bear with me as I learn this new system, and I hope that you like it. First, we're gonna go on art style. I'm gonna go 1 to 5 on a star system. So for this one, I would give it a 3 stars for the art style, but I don't think I've ever read anything by this creator, so this was very cute. I think that the girl is very interesting to look at. She might be a little more in-depth with her art style, like the way that she is drawn, as opposed to the guys. They kind of seem run-of-the-mill in my opinion, but they are still very cute. I just think that sometimes the art style is just so funny. Here's like a good soft page where you can see the art style. This is just a guy, this is her. This one right here, it cracks me up. Love her expressions, and I think that she's a very interesting character that we're gonna get to follow. Yeah, 3 stars for the art style. For the theme, this is in the themes of romance, or if it is a drama, or if it's a mystery or whatever. This one, I would categorize it so far, I mean it could change, coming of age romance with some fantasy, not like fantastical fantasy, but some this could never really happen kind of thing. I don't think that a idol would actually fall in love with just a regular high school girl and be this perfect of a guy. Like, there's obviously some darkness to him that will be revealed later on, and I can't wait to see that. But those are the kind of plot genres I would put this into just from the first volume. I like that. I think that it's simple, easy to comprehend, and you won't get confused as to what's going on with a plot like this. So I'm gonna give that 3 stars as well because I think it's easy enough to get. For the characters, and this could mean even background characters if I find one that's very interesting, or it could just mean the main characters that we've been introduced to so far. And so far we really only have the main girl, the main guy, and one of the bandmates, because he's a J-pop idol, ex-crush and his girlfriend, and then the main girl's best friend. So that's pretty much all we have so far. Maybe a couple of classmates in the background who have talked, but they don't really have faces much. I'm gonna give that 3 stars as well. I think that with it being a first volume, we don't get a ton of background on these characters, but I do see a lot of mystery within the guy that I'm very interested in within this first volume, and I think that he could have a dark past that maybe we're gonna get to dive into. Similar to how I feel about Shortcake Cake, you get like the 2 guys that she's going to be supposedly chasing after romantically, and then it breaks down, one of them actually has like a really dark past, and I think that's kind of the same vibe that we're going for here. I could be totally wrong because I haven't read further than this, but I think that's what we're going at. Also, the girl, I love her resolve at the beginning as far as wanting to swear off men, and she hates all hot men, and it's funny. It's funny to read, and it's hilarious to see someone be so gung-ho on that. So I'm gonna go 3 stars on that as well. And the next category is the story thus far. This is gonna be how I feel about the story thus far. Pretty explanatory. I think with this first volume, I'm pretty pleased. I'm gonna give it 4 stars for the story thus far. I would have given it 5, honestly, because I like very simple romance, and I think that this is going to be a really fun, fluffy, interesting, slightly mysterious story with a girl who's learning a lot about herself and what she's willing to do and change, and a guy who might have some darkness within him. There might be some red flags on both sides here or there, but I think it's going to be fun in the end, honestly. The only reason I'm giving it 4 instead of 5 is because I don't want to spoil this for you, but at one point she kind of abandons something that she was just very honest about. And I kind of felt like it was just very quickly abandoned, and that kind of upset me a little bit. I think that a little bit more fight to keep that ideal would have been more realistic to a character who is this strong-willed. But I still give it 4 because I think this is going to be a lot of fun later on. And the overall wow factor, this is the final category of which I'm going to rank manga for the first time I read it. Overall wow factor, I'm going to give it a 2 because I wasn't floored by this manga. But I did like it. It's definitely 2.5 to 3 stars closer than a 2. 2 isn't necessarily bad in my opinion because I'm still interested enough to continue it, and I would recommend this to you guys personally. But I wasn't like, whoa, this is amazing. This is groundbreaking. This is unique and amazing. I think it's unique within its very specific subgenres of romance, that kind of thing. Maybe Shoujo Beat even itself within the line. It has some things that are unique about it. But also, if I looked hard enough into the shoujo verse of what's been published forever, it's probably not unique at all, if I had to guess. I'm guessing there's probably something very similar out there that someone out there is watching this thinking, oh, I know one that sounds exactly like that. So that's the reason I'm giving it a 2 on that category, because I don't think it's breaking any ground on what it's doing, but it is still fun. I like the art style, I like the characters, I like mostly everything about it in general. So 2 stars on that. Anyways, you guys, I hope you will check it out. It is good enough to try if you are a shoujo fanatic like myself, and if you're curious, because I personally hadn't heard anyone talk about it, but it was cheap enough and it looked cute, so I wanted to give it a shot, and I'm glad I did because I will be continuing it to the next volume whenever that decides to come out. I'm not sure, but I hope you will try it if you're curious, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like the video. That lets me know that you like these kinds of content from me. And remember to subscribe. When you subscribe, that really just helps motivate me to keep posting content. I know hauls get a lot of views here, and I will definitely be continuing with hauls because that's just what collectors do. They collect things, and I enjoy that aspect of my hobby, is collecting. But I do read my collection, so I don't just haul to haul things. If I read it and I hate it, I do sell or donate or get rid of items that I do not like. So my collection is very niche. It's very much what I like to read and what I've enjoyed. I hope that you enjoy that journey with me. And if you subscribe, I hope that you enjoy watching me talk about the things that I like to read. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and bye.